It is gratifying to those of us at Holy Trinity to know that the tradition in the Anglican communion of men and boys singing together to the glory of God is still alive and flourishing.
Well, I think, of course, we attempt to praise God with beautiful singing, and the men's choir and the boys' choir attempt to sing as well as they can. And I think people will remain in the choir only if also they personally enjoy it. And I get quite a lot of personal enjoyment out of just coming and singing. It's uplifting, and if I happen to be depressed for some reason or other, and I come and I sing, and when I go home I'm singing one of the hymns or one of the motets or whatever we learned that evening, and it's a very uplifting experience.
As many old traditions die, we together have kept this one very much alive. In this day and age, it is difficult to sustain an institution that relies on dedication, discipline, and a subtle, quiet sensitivity.
We do see a general growth of self-esteem and confidence, but I don't know if that's just a kid growing up or how much of it's the choir. I mean, we attribute a good bit of it to the choir because this is something that he does, that he enjoys, and that he gets satisfaction as well as positive feedback from, and so we assume that the growth that we see is in large part due to the choir.
Because so much entertainment with instant gratification is available to everyone, we have to work even harder to promote a tradition whose rewards are far less obvious, more personal, and can only come after patience, hard work, dedication, and loyalty.
This choir job, chances are you won't get laid off and you won't be fired.
Yeah, you have to be motivated to come to rehearsal and be loyal to the choir. I mean, it's a commitment.
He said it's better than anything else. It's better than Scouts, it's better than swimming, it's better than traveling soccer team, better than baseball.
The choir has meant much to many people throughout the years, and it continues to be a meaningful experience for many today. It is hoped that many more hundreds of boys and men in the next century will share in the unique, almost indescribable bond, which only those who have been members know.
I have fun in choir, but at the same time I feel that I'm serving God, and that's just, like a plus. Because I originally joined choir to have fun, and as I've been here, I've realized that my work is, my being in the choir is important.
This has been my club. That's really the only outside organization that I am involved in. I never joined service clubs and things of that sort. Teaching didn't permit that very well because they met at times when our time wasn't our own. But this has been, as I say, my club.
All I can really say about the choir is that it's a terrific choir, and that I've never belonged to a better group than the choir here at Holy Trinity.
Service in the choir is a long-term service that for many boys has encompassed the major part of their growing years. The choir could not have held them without this central conviction. We sing music as well as we are able. Music is a crucial part of Episcopal worship.
I'm able to sing, but I also want to sing, and then I can put that to good use.
And so it was the choir that drew us into the church. And it's something that's, I think, given Seth just an enormous amount of pleasure. He sang his first solo on Good Friday. And again on Easter Sunday, he sang another short solo. And that gives him a sense of self-confidence. It was once again an achievement kind of thing. He was frightened. He was nervous all day Friday getting ready. And it came off without a hitch. He did beautifully.
What is worship if we do not offer our best? For many, the most precious memories of music, liturgy, and evangelism were rooted at Holy Trinity.
Well, I've learned that that the choir is real old and the church is old.
Have you heard any stories about the choir?
Yeah, from Mr. Zook. He's been in it a long time.
High Street Dinky used to run from Rosedale Avenue up to from Rosedale up to Virginia Avenue, just back and forth. And the motorman of the High Street Dinky was Joe McNamee, an old man who ran it for years and years. But in the spring, sometimes those of us who were not too smart would wait on the corner and they'd unload a passenger up there at Biddle Street. And when he'd stop the car to unload his passenger, one of us, we're now teenagers, one of us would run out in back of the trolley and pull the trolley off the wire. So of course that brought it to a screeching halt. And Joe would have to get out and walk around the car to put the trolley back on the wire again. And in the meantime, one of us had gotten on board. And as soon as he got the thing activated, we'd run the trolley right away from him, all the way up to Rosedale Avenue. And he'd come stomping up the street, trying to catch up with these trolleys. Fun time. Bad boys. Yeah. Misbehaving. And that happened many times.
The choir of men and boys, the parents, our clergy and friends are a constant source of community, love, and inspiration, and have brought to choir members an understanding of worship and ministry through music.
He is getting a lot out of it. Mr. Riley, who's the choir director now, stops and discusses things with them as they go through the music. And at RSCM last summer, the father who was there from Canada told them that people that sing serve God twice and pray twice, once in praying and then again in singing. So I thought that touched Michael too. He really does do it he feels that he was given this voice so he should sing. And he likes the fun and the horsing around too, but mostly it's the music.
It is only in institutions like ours that boys can learn that a glorious hymn can open a young heart and mind to the mystery of faith more than can be ever imagined.
When I first came here, I didn't know if I was going to like it, but the people here really made me feel like that I wanted to be here, you know. They really made me feel like at home here, you know, when I came here. So that was a good feeling.
Tom Platt, Associate Rector of Holy Trinity, says, "Again, I remember time after time watching and listening in total amazement as a collection of young children not only managed to stay awake through a lengthy Christmas Eve service or an even lengthier Good Friday service, but also managed to continue to provide music throughout it. I remember thinking each time, very few adults have enough self-discipline to do what these children have just done. And I remember how proud of our choir I felt at those moments. It is with enormous joy that I realize that our parish has supported such an organization for 100 years. It has not only schooled generations of youngsters in the best church music, although that it has surely done, but more importantly, it has also schooled generations of youngsters in the art of responsible living as members of a community. Such education is priceless." Choirs such as ours have produced many leaders in the past and can continue to produce great leadership if their efforts are directed towards establishing traditions for the present and future. Let's work together to preserve an old tradition at Holy Trinity as we seek to establish new traditions for the present and future. The youth of today are the church of tomorrow, and they desperately need the traditions of yesterday to maintain the church for tomorrow. With a shared vision, we, the church, and the choir will celebrate our bicentennial, our second 100 years, in the year 2092.